you say it's not easy being green? I know I seem to be the only one of my kind. This is a second video I'm filming for BC Greens because I posted my first conversation with one of their representatives, and only after I followed up weeks later, and he still didn't email me back. And if you listen to that video, he was supposed to refer me to somebody else getting in touch with me. I'm listening to the CBC today, July 3rd, 2025, and I'm thinking, yeah, being the only one of my kind is in everything. So if I was an MLA, I'd have to have a sign at my location when there's debates or questions, and one side would say, stop avoiding addressing your incongruences, your double standards, your developmental disabilities. And then on the other side, it'd be like a dry eraser thing. And it'd be like, if I hear all this fake hypocrisy talk from any party, including the Green Party, I would say, there's a difference between celebrating a decision that you guys majoritively feel good about, but that's in theory. Let's celebrate when we have successfully put it in practice. Because the pattern that's happening more and more, not just in Canada, but any failed people, primates, proto-societies, and proto-civilizations, is they'll come to these accords, and it costs billions of dollars to send these, these politicians there, and really, there's so much profits in COP and crooked business deals behind closed doors to make it not a green convention, that, it's crazy. So even if somebody does something that they feel good about as a government, it's more and more that later on we'll find it never came into practice. And yet they're still getting their pensions, and they're not having an uncelebration party. So what I would have to do is, I would have to say, do you guys not have any reading or writing comprehension? Because you just voted this bill or whatever it is, this law or whatever it is, and it's so vague, and it's written so long, like a fortune cookie that you can interpret whatever way you want. And for me, with an education, I could write it much better than this. And why do people kind of not realize this? Why is reading and writing comprehension not a requirement? And why is congruence not a requirement? And why do we overlook the developmental disabilities and the intellectual laziness and the path of least resistance and the double standards of celebrating things just in theory that never manifest into practice? So I don't know what's going on, but I tell you, when I assess you as the norm, there really, with the things I just talked about, are no differences between any parties, and that includes the Green Party, and that includes anywhere in Canada, and that includes anywhere in the world. So again, the three things we should work on as a species that claims to care about our kids is looking at ourselves in the mirror and admitting we suffer from a variety of HSD pathologies, and go through the multi-generational journey to heal ourselves from that. Talk about life skills as life skills. Interpersonal skills and also accountability is involved, and also self-assessment. Transparent self-assessment within groups is involved. So that means you can undergo a human maturation process. Nobody does this. Nobody has this included in parenting, in schools, in programs where you get to work with people. That's the other thing. The other thing is an ecocentric worldview where we are not the center of the universe. There's no Team Canada. There's Team Biosphere. And you guys do not at all have the schemas, the psychological schemas, including some of the most green party in the world. The greener you think you are, the easier it'll probably be for me to ask you a series of questions, probably less than 10, to show you don't have the schemas to know what green behavior looks like. Assuming green is not just slightly increasing in theory your behaviors to be more sustainable, but it's actually understanding the concept of sustainability because it is an existential threat that you do not. You are a threat to your kids and grandkids and your very species, but also the majority of species on this heavenly globe that you evolved on. It's hard to explain this to people that just want to go and collect a pension or enjoy the status or, just survive one day at a time because politics is hard. Politics is hard because of your incongruences, your double standards, your hypocrisy, and your developmental disabilities. You don't see how your HSD pathologies are making you your own worst enemy, and you normalize it more and more among your own selves. Can I hear back from the BC Greens now?